I have an important question for you. If you could, when you could, when let that sink in. Without a sink, you wouldn't be able to wash your hands or your butt. Is it even work for you? Is actually kind of what I meant to say. I'm currently sat down right now. I'm at my desk. I have what appears to be this kind of rectangular sort of device in front of me, and I can actually see myself in the device. It's pretty weird. It's kind of like a mirror. It's called a phone, and it's recording right now. If I were to kind of just smack my brain cells together, just kind of, I don't know, just kind of whack my head a little bit, maybe shake my head around a little bit, I could conclude that this means I'm recording a video. And low-key, it's actually kind of fun because I actually genuinely enjoy the creativity and the purpose of this work. I'm going to tell you a little story about some personal experiences that I've had with work. I have gone in and out of phases of making YouTube videos for about a year now, like a little over a year, actually well over a year now. And each of these times that I would come up with a few video ideas and then like set up a page in my Notion to basically script them, I would kind of immediately perceive the scripting process as just being this long, tedious, just work. So because I would allow my mind to wander and kind of be occupied by other things, I went through a lot of procrastination, mainly though because I was perceiving this work as just being long and tedious. What do you think happened on the times that I actually like genuinely did start though? Let's say on the times that I actually put my head down and like locked in on starting to script them. I actually started to like really get into it, not just kind of like the usual like work flow state that you can get into, but even more of like a very enjoyable kind of flow state. It's something that I started to enjoy doing. I would start scripting the videos and then suddenly I'd get like unique ideas for the intro. I would have like ideas for how to structure the video and even like future videos. I'd even start getting like visions and ideas of like the editing process after I film the video, like what kind of edits that I can put in and stuff based on the script. When I had crossed this kind of mental barrier of like this is going to be long and tedious and boring, I actually enjoyed the work because turns out I love teaching about topics that I'm passionate in or knowledgeable in. I also love being creative, so I love the fact that like the script is all up to me, the way I film the videos is all up to me, the way I edit the videos is all up to me. I want you to really think about this. Maybe you're only unmotivated to work literally just because you're perceiving it as work. Especially in this kind of content of like self-improvement and business, work is something that takes a lot of discipline and you're rarely going to feel like really motivated to do it. So maybe you've even experienced something similar to me with like a project that you're working on. When you eventually get into a flow state of working, you actually realize that you can go for just hours and hours and you actually kind of enjoy it. It's insane how much our minds can convince us of false realities. Placebo is a very real thing. Like you'll see these studies where, for example, they'll have two groups of people and then they'll inject them with something. They'll inject them with like water, but they'll tell them they're injecting them with like a different kind of drug. Then you'll see that the patients in these studies actually end up like having the side effects, or at least thinking that they have the side effects of the supposed drug. They're not like acting or anything. It's literally just because the experts told them what they expect from them taking the drug, and now their body's kind of just reacting in that way because it feels like it should in some way. There are so many stories, but ultimately what placebo proves is that your belief in something has a lot of significance in your actual ability to do it and like how capable you actually are of achieving it. How do you think, for example, like complete retards make money in this day? Because like, let's be honest, right, on the internet you see some absolute idiots, right? And like, I don't mean to make fun of anybody, I just mean to be very real. There are some imbeciles and they don't really know what they're doing. Like you can tell that not a whole lot goes on up there. How do you think they end up making a lot of money online? Is it by thinking rationally and thinking intelligently and kind of, I don't know, properly grasping the idea of making millions and millions of dollars, and then also grasping just how difficult that process of making millions and millions of dollars would be? Do you think that's how they did it and then they like logically calculated how to do it? No, of course not. They just kind of fucking turned their brains off. In fact, their brain's already off, so they just act. They don't grasp the kind of size of like the grand scheme of the goal, or like, you know, the millions of dollars that they make. They just don't think about it, and that's kind of the belief that allows them to get it in a way. Obviously, a lot of it is just like being funny and stuff as well, right? There's a high likelihood that the work that you're putting off is purely because you're labeling it as work and treating it like it's tough labor that needs discipline to achieve, when, you know, in reality, maybe it does need a little bit of discipline. I think all work needs a little bit of discipline, but maybe not nearly as much as you're thinking it does, or more so convincing yourself that it needs. Like I said, when I eventually get past the intro part of the like scripting process, maybe a little bit past the like intro part of the mate, I cannot talk today. When I eventually get like a little bit into the script, like maybe just past the intro, the rest is easy. Like I'm not even exaggerating. The rest is so easy because there's just so much passion that ends up kind of like coming out and just naturally going into it. It's just fucking easy, dude. Now, of course, creating YouTube videos about topics that, one, I'm quite knowledgeable in, and two, I'm very passionate about, is going to be a lot easier than a lot of other jobs, including my second form of work, which is that was a voice crack, but what we're going to do from now on is we're just going to ignore that. No. A lot easier than my other form of work, which is running ads on Facebook and Instagram for businesses. The work you have chosen, or the work that is necessary for your dream life, may not always be as creative, as purposeful, or even as fun as mine. But to that, I just want to teach you about a very basic principle that I use whenever I'm talking to somebody about starting a business or just kind of choosing a life path. Analyze the suffering of a specific path as opposed to the fruits of the labor. If you're choosing an online business, for example, analyze what kind of suffering is going to come with that. Maybe if you're thinking of dropshipping, okay, the suffering that comes with dropshipping, or that might come with dropshipping, is, I don't know, you have to rely on the Chinese manufacturer to get the product in good condition to the customer. That's like one problem that you would face in dropshipping. Maybe another one is that you have to just not contribute anything to the world. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some of you wouldn't feel that way, but I certainly would. Maybe another problem is that, I don't know, you have to handle returns in like a bit of a like awkward way or something. If you want to be a doctor, maybe then you can say, okay, the suffering might be that I have to do 5 years of med school. Like, I don't know if med school is 5 years, I'm not very educated in that. But I don't know, I have to do X amount of years of med school. I have to sit X amount of exams. I have to compete in this kind of field. I have to, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, think of the suffering that's going to come with choosing a life path as opposed to all of the good. Like, it's good to think of the good, but don't just think of the good. Think of the suffering when you're choosing. For me, my current dream, like right now, kind of like the cause that I'm really into right now, is just helping young men online with kind of the issues that they have, helping them get onto self-improvement, helping them feel more confident about themselves, helping them kind of fix their lives and basically become like a little bit more masculine. The suffering for me and the pains of that kind of field might be that I have to maybe face some criticism online. I have to face like some mean things that some people might say about me, or some things that people might say about my opinions. Obviously, I have to sometimes go through the tedious process of like scripting a video or whatever. What I've done is I have analyzed that suffering. I've kind of like done what I just did there. I've kind of highlighted the suffering that would come with this path. And I've just concluded I would prefer that. I would prefer that over the suffering of becoming a dropshipper that literally contributes fuck all to the world. I would prefer that to, I don't know, having some other kind of business, like, you know what I mean? I would obviously prefer that to some kind of uni degree, mainly though because I don't have a specific passion in anything that you could go to uni for. I mean, I do, but it's not deep enough to the point where I would actually enjoy going to uni for it and then actually enjoy the career that comes from it. This is the suffering that I want. This is the suffering that I can, because the idea here is that you're going to suffer anyway. The idea here is that, one, you have to work, two, you're going to suffer in your work. Literally, no matter what you do, you are going to suffer. So think of the fruits of the labor. Sure, use that to motivate you. But when it comes to choosing your career, when it comes to choosing what path you're going down, think of the suffering, okay? Which suffering would you prefer over the other suffering? So choose the suffering that you're most comfortable with, and then highly consider the possibility that you are only procrastinating work because you're perceiving it as work. You're perceiving it as something that takes a lot of discipline. It's going to take a lot of brain power. It's going to take a lot of energy from you. Maybe it will. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I'm saying on the possibility that it's not. On the possibility that it's something you're actually very passionate about. It's very purposeful for you. You can, as a way, that's not actually how English works. You can, in a way, kind of just switch on your masculinity. Like, that sounds kind of gay. But in a way you can just kind of, I don't know, switch something on and suddenly feel purposeful about the work that you're doing. You can switch something on and kind of wake up to the reality that this work that you're putting off actually isn't that hard. Like, maybe it's not, maybe it is, I don't know. This is just a little video to consider the possibility, because this is something that I've personally experienced myself. If you want to fund my suffering of, you know, scripting videos and editing videos and getting backlash online, because, you know, my job is just so hard. It's much harder than any other job in the world. 9 out of 10 rage bait. Like, and also send me a thumbs up to let me know that you're supporting the cause. Remember, sometimes it's your mind that is your biggest enemy. So wow, I should be a fucking poet, no? No. Goodbye.